We've got a pretty intense situation going on here. We've got no power and no steerage on the boat. Okay, you guys get ready to go around the other side to push us in. I've just had the engine out. There's the engine out down there, and we've got to get it into the wharf. And at the moment I've got Zodiacs pushing us and steering us. We've got no steerage at the moment whatsoever. We're just relying on the Zodiacs to get us in there. So it's a little bit of a hairy situation, but we're doing it nice and early when there's no wind. Right, slow down, Nick.
Backwards?
Yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, yep. Okay, we've got to get into that wharf. Okay, that'll do. Whoop, whoop. Just wrap it around there. Okay, go forward a little bit. So the problem with the motor is it's been leaking water into the oil. So I think it's a seal at the bottom, one of the sleeves that's leaking water into the oil. So I'm hoping this is going to go up high enough to get over everything. I think it will. Okay, good.
Operation Migaloo.
Yes, Operation Migaloo. There we go.
Proper operation. Okay. So is the idea to get it on the deck first?
Sage, can you give us more?
Second grab.
Yeah. Marty, can you unhook that halyard?
It's going.
Well, I need some more power here then. Someone.
It's just not rolling on that.
Yeah. Just pull it that way.
There we go.
So you might have been like a stump on the axle.
Probably sit on the axle by the time it gets down to there, isn't it?
Yeah, I might know too.
Okay, a little update on the motor construction here. Here we have Nick's going hard in putting the valves back in and the springs, the valve springs. We've just got the head has been redone here, and the valves have all been reground, and the head's been reseated and sandblasted, and checked the guides and everything, and got some new springs, and some little things in there to stop the valves moving, and this is going to be the new head. So what are you doing now, Nick?
Put the pistons in. The ring compressor.
You've got the ring compressor on, keep the rings in place, and just bang the piston down in place. Yes. 3 down, 1 to go. Woohoo! We've got new pistons, new rings, new bearings. Had the crankshaft ground, basically new bearings everywhere. Had the valves on the head all reseated, and some new valves and guides and springs there as well. So this little motor is gonna purr when we get it going. You want me to pull it forward a bit?
Yeah.
All right, back to work. That was leaking, so water was going around the sleeve and leaking down from there into the sump, and water going in the sump oil is not a good idea. So we've to fix it up, we've had to pull the whole engine apart. So we're reconditioning the whole thing while we are, because half the work's doing that, and replacing these seals at the bottom of the sleeve, and then that is going to stop the water from leaking into the oil and get us back out onto the ocean with the whales again. So yeah. That's how it works. Get the pistons going up and down and the crankshaft going round and round. And as the pistons explode, the cam spins and sends power down that way to the propeller and takes me off to a wonderful little island in the Pacific. there's no doubt that the internal combustion engine is an amazing invention. Just the way that the fuel is exploded inside a metal chamber, which forces the energy down through the cam and then out through the prop. But there's so many moving parts. You can see why the motor industry didn't want the electric engine, the electric car to take off like it was about a decade or so ago, because here with the mechanical engine, there's so many moving parts that you've got to just you've got to replace everything basically, apart from the shell of it. Whereas with the electric engine, there's just one moving part, and so there's a lot less maintenance. I was looked into putting an electric engine in Migaloo. Unfortunately, even though the engines are there, the battery storage is not quite there at the moment. But soon I'll be looking at an electric engine for a solar-powered catamaran. But at the moment, it's back to the old internal combustion diesel engine. Good old faithful. Get this going and last a few more years. So this is Migaloo 2's new heart. It's been reconditioned. We pulled it out a few weeks ago and had it into 100 pieces, and now it's all put back together. Nice little coat of red paint just to spiff it up a bit, and just pulled out the trailer. Got the good old block and tackle on, and we're just going to swing it in there now and drop it back into place, and soon we'll be sailing again on the ocean with Migaloo 2. See how that goes. Alright, so this is the cheaper way. Rather than hiring a $250 crane, just get a block and tackle from Bunnings, $70, and then just pull it out. The boom's been beefed up, so it should be strong. Migaloo 2 is getting a new motor.
That is so exciting.
I'm so excited.
That is
I'm
awesome.
going to be even more excited when I turn the key and it goes. There's no black smoke coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got no power, no steerage. Okay, go slow, and we've got to get into that little pen over there. Okay, slow down. Righto, you can start pushing a little bit on that side now. Okay. Slow it right down. That's it. All right. Just smash into that catamaran over there, don't worry about it.
Don't you dare. Very good.
Okay, run down the back with that. Okay. Righto, we've got a little bit of a problem here.
Just going to bleed the injectors and then try and start the engine.
Yeah.
So I've got to hold it on. All the injectors are loose where they connect on. So I'm just going to crank the engine over with the throttle up on full.
Yep.
Until diesel starts coming out of where the injector lines couple onto the injectors. And then once that happens, we'll tighten them all up and then crank it again, and fingers crossed it'll start.
Okay, well, it's a very exciting moment. The engine's back in, everything's done up, and it's been a huge job, couple of months, getting the engine out and reconditioning it. What was a $15,000 to $20,000 quote ended up being just a little bit over $5,000-6,000, doing it with myself and a friend, and just doing it from the harbour here. So all ready to go, and here we go.
There it is.
Oh, she's going.
Gotta turn it off.
So that's the pressure alarm. Here we go. Woohoo! Oh, listen to her, she's purring like a kitten. Woohoo! Woohoo! We just got to make sure all the water's The water circulating, the fresh water and the salt water. You got to feel the temperature of the heat exchange, and looks like the salt water's working. You just got to see that the fresh water's going around there. A bit of a pump. The Migaloo's motor's going! Woohoo!